Oh, right.
Hello, my name is Rothdom, and welcome back to. We're going to change from 20 questions to random questions with Zeppline.
Rah!
The reason why we're changing it from 20 questions is because we never make it through 20 questions. I think we've done it once in the entire time we've been doing this thing, and we've done like 20 or 30 of these things. What are you doing? Okay. So once again, this is the setup. We have our questions here. Our number generator is up here, and we have 316 questions left on this originally 350 question list that I have on my computer.
Shut up, Theo.
The cat's in the background going meow, meow, because he wants attention. He wants in, but every time he comes in, he tries to get behind my desk and play with the wires.
Or he climbs into the window to stare
Yeah.
at his girlfriend.
Yeah, which I don't like the cat being in the window because he messes up the blinds. Don't like it. Anyways, we're gonna get into this, and hopefully we don't go off on too bad of tangents per the norm. First question, number 231.
231.
Is your dad an embarrassing dancer?
Yes. You did.
What?
I snorted.
Do I have a tissue? I do not.
I was gonna make a really, really bad joke about you not knowing your dad.
Well, I was gonna say I have no idea because my dad passed away when I was 3, so I'd have to ask my mom, and I don't know.
How bad a dancer was your stepfather?
He danced?
I don't think he did.
I think the only time I ever saw him dance was when he was slow dancing with his kids and with grandma.
Yeah. Were you at that wedding?
Yes, I was. It was on April Fool's Day, and I was waiting the entire time for somebody to pop up and go, April Fools! There's not really a wedding.
Was that the one you were there?
Yeah. I was 16 or 17 years old.
Oh, I was talking about
My dad and my mom?
no. Laurel.
Oh, no. No, I wasn't at, I wasn't at any of the step siblings' weddings.
Okay.
I think I got invited to one of them, but I was working. Other than, I think it was Caleb's was the one I got invited to. And I didn't get invited to anybody else's.
I don't remember Kayla's wedding. I don't know if I went.
You were little.
Little?
Yeah. I think that was before.
Was that before Willow's?
No, Willow's was first.
Okay, because I remember Willow's. I remember it dumping rain.
Was that Willow's or was that Laurel's?
That was Willow's because it was in Montana.
Okay. Anyways, so I knew their answer was going to be yes for me because I know I can't dance to save my life. I just don't. I'm white as white can be when it comes to dancing and jumping. I'm a white boy.
I did ballet. I'm okay at dancing. I dance for the entertainment of my friends.
That's pretty much what I do too. I dance for the making people laugh is basically what I do. Question number 2.
Why is it all in the
Same
200?
200s, yeah. 214. Who was your first kiss?
And we're not talking family.
Yeah, not excluding family. Your first real kiss.
Chats.
I kind of figured that would be the case. I might be wrong about this, but if I remember right, it was a girl named Jamie in 6th or 7th grade. first person I kissed that wasn't family. I might be wrong about that though. I honestly I don't remember my first kiss. A lot of people say that the first kiss was super special. I remember it being awkward, and that's the only thing I remember it being is awkward. It was weird.
Mine was on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Not
Huh.
Thanksgiving. A couple days after Thanksgiving. It was the Thanksgiving friends party
Yeah.
thing. It was either that or was a couple days after that.
Yeah. So these ones are. See, sometimes we go through these questions pretty quickly because there's not much to talk about with them. Question number 3? 3, yeah, 3. 137, 200s! The excitement rises. Heck's all these numbers. I don't want to do it. Of course, it's the first on a scale of 1 to 10. How random would you say these are? We haven't answered that
Not
many.
that random.
We haven't really answered that many either. So I can't really give that a accurate number.
3.
I'm gonna say 5, middle of the road, because, like I said, I can't really give it an accurate score because we haven't answered enough of them. They have a chip clip, and they're making it squeak annoyingly. I hope that doesn't mess with the audio. Okay. Well, that wasn't a good question. That was kind of lame.
That's sad.
Yep.
Number 4.
130. Go up a little more. Have you ever had anything published?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I have a couple books that I've written.
I have a specific book that I started working on a long time ago. Never finished it, but...
What's happening?
What is going on with this thing? What the...
What the bollocks? Whatever. Whatever.
Stop it!
Whatever.
Wait a minute.
Whatever. Whatever.
Leave it-
Whatever.
leave it
Whatever.
be for now.
Whatever. Whatever.
Alright, so yeah, these questions are not as fun as the last
Enthralling.
ones. Yeah, they're 241 back in the 200s. Hey, the questions were better in the 200s. Democracy, good or bad? I mean, if it's actually democracy and it's done right and there's not all this bickering and fighting and like actual fighting and it's discussion rather than it being, you know, breaking down into violence or accusing each other of being racist, homophobic, sexist, or whatever just because you believe one way and this other person believes this way. It's okay to have differing opinions about things. Democracy can be a very good thing if it's democracy and not somebody trying to oppress somebody else to get their viewpoints across.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Or do you not like... I'm not even talking about government in general. I'm just talking about democracy, letting the people decide things.
I don't trust people. I'll put it that's where I'll leave it. I'll put that on the table and I'll walk away.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And a person... I agree with that, and this is what I'll say about that. A person, like a single person, can be extremely intelligent, make good decisions and stuff like that. People, as a whole, like when you get a group of people together, for some reason, intelligent reason goes out the window, and it becomes a mob mentality. It's bizarre.
Random. But did I tell you that I burnt my ear?
With your curling iron? Yeah.
Do you want to see the burn?
Ow, you really burned your ear. Jeez. Alright, we're down to 311 questions. Started at 316, so 13, 14, 13, 12, 11. So this is question number 6. 80.
Oh.
We're in double digits. Do you have any old friends you wish you could meet up with again?
No.
Well, you're still around most of them.
Yeah, but a lot of them, no.
Yeah, there's a few people I wouldn't mind reconnecting with from high school. Not many. But yeah, I'd say there's a few. Oops, that's not what I'm going to click on. That one. Again, I would have to see their face in order to remember them, though. I'd have to go through my yearbook and be like, yeah, I'd like to reconnect with that person and that person and that person. What are their names again? And any of you that are out there that remember me from high school or whatever, please don't feel attacked or anything like that because I can't remember your names. I am just very bad with names. 248. Didn't we just do 248? And I know that I'm deleting the questions as we go, so it's going to be a different question, but like this random number generator, I don't think is very random anymore. Have you ever appeared on YouTube? No.
There totally aren't live streams out there that I have conducted.
There totally aren't thousands of videos on a YouTube channel that I specifically made to become a YouTube content creator of both me and Zepp.
Hey Theo, have you been on YouTube?
Yes. Our entire family has been on YouTube.
Grandma's been on YouTube?
No. This is our family. Grandma's extended family.
I'm picking up the scab. I think the scab's gone. I can't see my ear. Is the scab gone?
Mostly.
Okay.
Okay, 309 now. So question number 206.
206.
What is your favorite proper memory? Or your first proper memory. Your first proper memory. Sorry.
Ugh. Okay. This is gonna be depressing.
I was gonna say, mine is not a happy one.
Mine isn't either. My first proper memory was my birthday. One of my birthdays.
Uh-huh.
With my mother.
Uh-huh.
My sister was there, my stepdad, and my mom's mom showed up. And my mom and my grandma on that side don't really get along. They got into a physical altercation. And my stepdad sent me and my sister to the neighbor's house. And this room, I hate it so much. I hate thinking about it because it's just gross. It's this like pitch black, like stony basement room, about the size of your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this bunk bed on one wall. And it's like skinny. The room was skinny.
Uh-huh.
So there was this like, you know those tables at hospitals for kids?
Yeah.
With the weird funky chairs?
Mm-hmm.
There's one of those beneath the window. Me and my sister climbed on top of the table and looked out the window through the blinds. And we see an ambulance.
The police.
The police. I remember my mom being trolleyed out in a stretcher. And I remember my brain zooming in on her kneecap. It was so green! So green. Like green. Grinch green. And I remember my grandmother running off in the distance.
Yeah. Mine's not much better. Actually, I mean, you could argue that mine's kind of worse.
Is yours the kidnap story?
No. My first memory is of Grandma trying to explain to me that my dad and my sister passed away.
Ah.
So I distinctly remember this, like, almost like I saw it from the third person point of view. That's how you remember yours? Yeah. So, we lived in Hayward at the time. Oh, no, not Hayward. We lived in Manteca at the time. But my grandparents were living in Livermore, my mom's parents. And I was 3. And we went to my grandparents' house, and my mom was trying to explain to me that Dad and Sissy weren't going to be coming home anymore. Basically trying to tell me that they passed away. And she has me sitting on the edge of my grandma and grandpa's bed, and she's kneeling down in front of me, and she just can't get the words out. She puts her head in my lap, and I start stroking her hair and just say, "It's okay, Mommy, I still love you." And that's my earliest memory. And I like I said, I remember that very distinctly. I think I've already gone over the story of how my dad and my sister passed away, but just in case, back in 1989, there was a horrible earthquake in California that destroyed a lot of Oakland and San Francisco and the Bay Area in general. And like I said, we were in Manteca and Livermore at the time. That specific day, I was actually at my grandma and grandpa's house, and my grandma was babysitting me while my mom and dad were at work. And I think my sister was in school, and the earthquake happens, and my grandma was apparently in the shower, and she slipped and fell, but she heard me screaming, so, you know, apparently if I remember right, I was told she was, like, she hit her head and she was bleeding, but she still wrapped herself in a towel, ran to the living room to check on me, and I'm crying, and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I point at the TV and go, "The TV went out!" I was upset because my cartoons were no longer playing. I didn't even notice the earthquake, and it was a doozy. I mean, literally, there was destroyed highways, the overpasses in the Grapevine in the Bay Area collapsed. There were tons of cars that were, you know, trapped. People trapped in their cars. People killed. Houses collapsing. It was a devastating earthquake. And there's me only caring about the fact that I couldn't watch my cartoons. But after that, my sister had a doctor's appointment, and my dad was going to give blood for the victims of the earthquake, and I was supposed to go with them. My mom was at work, and my mom says that the only thing she can think of is that my dad was notorious for fainting at the sight of needles. So my mom thinks that he didn't want to burden the doctors and nurses. Please don't put that in the PlayStation.
It's not going in the PlayStation. It's in the PlayStation.
Just make sure it doesn't go in any of the holes. Because my dad was so prone to fainting at the sight of needles, he didn't want to have a 3-year-old me being a burden on the doctors and nurses while he's passed out from the sight of needles. So he dropped me off at the babysitter's instead. And then it was super foggy, and on his way to the hospital, there was a car accident, and it was like 50 cars or something like that, and a bunch of people were injured. Several people were killed. Unfortunately, my dad and my sister were included in that. There's some more detail about the accident that I have learned as I've gotten older, but it's not stuff that I'm comfortable with sharing. And I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but it's my decision. And yeah, so my dad died doing something nice for people, or trying to do something nice for people, and my sister was 5, so there was nothing that she could really do, and that's what leads to my earliest memory, is my mom trying to explain to me what happened.
In my memory, I was protecting my sister from seeing everything because I didn't want her to see anything. Because she was younger than I was.
Yeah.
Than I was.
You were like, I think that was your 4th birthday. Yeah. Because I think that was the year before I got custody of you. So yeah, that's those are our earliest memories. Not great memories, but you know, it is what it is. Next, let's get off that depressing subject. 133. Do you own a lava lamp?
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's it's in the trash.
Yeah, it's in our hall trash can.
Yeah, we have a pretty small trash can, so not all the trash can fit in it, and we cleaned house a while ago, and we've been slowly getting rid of all the trash.
You mean I cleaned house?
You cleaned your room.
What are you talking about? That entire section?
You moved stuff that we've been trying to get rid of from the corner of the living room into the closet instead. It was your idea to put the trash in the closet. I'll give you that.
Because I was having guests over and our house was a disaster.
It's your living room. How much time do I spend in the living room?
You own this place.
Yes. And who runs the living room? Who decides what's on the TV?
I do, but I saved that chair.
Still, you're messing the living room.
Not in that section of the living room.
That stuff was all stuff that was supposed to be recycling or trash for months, and it was just very slow to be taken out because the trash can and recycling can are always full. Anyways, this has been a fantastic set of questions this time. I don't even remember what number we're on now. I think we're almost on 10.
Really? And we're only 23 minutes?
Something like that.
23
28.
Oh.
Early question. Have you ever been water skiing?
What's water skiing?
So you go out on a large body of water behind a speedboat. You can either do it barefooted or with actual skis on your feet, water skis on your feet, and you hold onto a rope tied to the back end of a speedboat.
My math teacher showed us a video last year of doing that.
No, I have never been water skiing before, and neither has Zach.
I can't.
Have you ever been on a
ski.
boat?
I've been on a canoe.
That's technically a boat. So,
Well,
yeah.
I went canoeing at summer camp. And I canoed around an island.
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 The S is silent. Island.
Island.
107.
Wow.
What's the most interesting thing you can see out of your nearest window? You can't even see out the clouds.
Goofy.
No, he's in the window. Out the window. Don't stand on my bed. I see a tree.
A ladder. An oregano ladder.
Oregano ladder?
It's orange.
Oh, okay.
An orange ladder.
So, the nearest windows to us are way up high. Like, standing up, they would be at my chin. So, yeah, there's not much you can see out the window. In the last video, we got through 5 questions and it took us an hour. In this video, it's been less than 30 minutes and we're on question number 11. Or 12, something like that.
Someone.
193. What was the worst thing about your old school?
The way it treated people who were quote unquote the way that it let people who were in the special ed classes get away with anything.
I would agree with that.
Like peeing on a wall and not having any repercussions. Getting over, I think it was 60 detentions. And not having...
You're talking about a specific student, though.
Yeah, but that was how they treated all of the people in those classes.
Yeah. I honestly, the way that special needs students are treated in schools, because I know that there are kids out there that genuinely need special attention and special education and stuff like that. But unfortunately, with the way that school works, if you're even slightly on the spectrum, you can get put into a special needs class that you don't actually need. And it's those kids that drive me nuts. It's the ones that basically get into the class for political reasons, rather than it being an actual need to be in the class. The worst thing about my old school... We talking the last school I went to?
Yeah.
No human contact.
You did Columbia.
No. The last school I went to was I was doing a couple college courses through my work, but it was online only. And I'm the kind of person, I learn better through human interaction rather than it be just reading the text off of a computer.
I'm a hands-on person, if you couldn't tell by the fact that my most prominent subjects are art and technical theater.
Yeah, working with your hands. My jobs have been as a cook, a maintenance guy, a landscaper, and now basically computer tech. I work with my hands. Not in the sense of, like, I'm not a mechanic, so my hands aren't, like, the stereotypical guy works with his hands kind of hands, but, like, it's calloused and dry and...
My hands are squishy.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's possible, considering I'm an artist who paints.
That doesn't mean your hands are going to be calloused or anything. It just means that... I mean, how hard do you have to hold and push the paintbrush or pencil?
Considering I'm very much a kind of person.
You guys couldn't see that. They went...
Because I ruin my paintbrushes, because it makes the art piece look better.
But what causes the calluses and stuff is you're doing something that causes you to get blisters on your hands. Which
that could be caused by the light, the hanging things, the ropes.
Yeah.
The loading docks.
Yeah, but you don't really do that stuff at your school. You're more of the specific sound tech.
Recently, I've become more of a stage crew.
Okay, so...
I enjoy doing stage crew now that I've gotten over... Oh, I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I hate being on stage.
You're not being seen, though. That's the thing. You're behind the scenes.
When you're doing a show like concert...
Yeah.
And you have to set up mics.
Yeah, that's a little different, but 179. If someone else's child was being an annoying little runt, would you go tell them off or do something about it?
I'd say, hey, parent, your child.
I'd leave.
I'm not a fan of children. I'm not. I say that, and then I'm gonna become a babysitter.
You're not a fan of children, yet every picture of them with a baby, they've got the biggest freaking smile on their face. Not the baby, them.
That's because the children like me, and their parents are like, "How dare you?" And I find it hilarious.
Children like you like children. Babies, specifically.
Yeah, babies. Itty bitty children.
Yeah.
I don't like pictures of itty bitty children. Pictures of
I mean, I don't like even telling little fibs to make people feel better. So people start showing me the pictures of their babies, and they're like, "Aren't they so cute?" And they are so ugly. It's like,
Have you seen a picture?
sure.
Have you seen a picture of baby Hitler?
No.
Shit's terrifying.
Watch your language. This is a family channel.
Shoot.
All you have to do is go to any one of my live streams, and there's so much swearing and flirting and sexual innuendos and stuff like that.
That's because you're gay.
Kinda. Not exactly gay.
You. When you get with the boys.
It's with the boys. Yeah, no. If someone else's child is acting up, I will leave, because I don't like being around that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, with the way that the world is right now, if the child is acting up, most of the time the parents won't do anything about it. So
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast.
okay.
But I will be back. We will be answering more questions.
We've got a few more to go.
Yes.
The next question is going to be number 200. 200. Alright. I think we've actually answered this question before in a previous video, but it's been a very long time since we've done these videos. So we're going to actually answer both of these at these questions. Zap hasn't had a car yet, so it'll be what they want their car to be, and I'm going to answer both. So as soon as Zep gets back. Ow! He immediately latched onto me.
What if he don't?
Alright, so question number 200. You okay there? Diving onto the bed. What was your first car, or what would you like it to be? I already explained that. I'm pretty sure we've answered this one already, but you've never had a car before, and I'm just going to go ahead and answer both. So what would you like your first car to be?
A 1967 Chevy Impala?
The supernatural car, baby.
Or a black Volkswagen Beetle.
So my first car that I ever owned was a 1995 Eagle Talon. Basically the mini version of a Mazda Protege. It was tiny. It was tiny, and I played football at the time.
Is it silver?
Yeah, it was. You never saw the car.
Oh. I thought it was a silver one you told. Was it the second one you totaled?
Yes.
Oh. You've had a couple silver cars that you've totaled.
No. I've only been in 2 car accidents, and you weren't alive for either one of them. It was a silver car that I totaled at the summer between my sophomore and junior year. And then about 3 or 4 months later, I totaled Grandma's Chevy Tahoe. And then I haven't been in a car accident except for the one that wife number 2 got us all in, where like the side panel of the car got ripped off because she pulled out in front of a car that was driving way too fast through San Andreas.
I don't remember that car accident.
No.
But I remember you talking about this. Like, I remember us driving by like a tow shop where there was a silver car, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's the car I used to have."
No. Because it would have been long gone before you were born. You might be thinking of my Saturn.
It was the Saturn. It was the Saturn.
It wasn't totaled. I ran out of gas on the side of the road, and I went to a gas station to get gas in a gas can. And literally, I went to the gas station to put gas in the gas can to put it in my car. By the time I got to the gas station and back, they'd already towed my car away. And then they charged me over $1,000 for the 10 minutes that I was gone from my car. Which, obviously, I didn't have $1,000 at the time. Otherwise, I would have had a full tank of gas. Yeah. So, that car stayed in the impound lot. And yeah. The car that I would like to have is a Chevy Ranger or a Ford Edge.
I would also take a Volkswagen van. I take a brown one. I take a brown Volkswagen van. I'll turn that into my home.
Wait, not Chevy Ranger. Just a Chevy truck, the mid-sized Chevy truck. And then the Ford Escape, yeah. Which is a SUV. Mostly I want a car that I actually fit in. And I'm not talking because I'm fat. I'm talking because I'm frickin' tall. Every car we've owned, and you commented on this the other day, my head is literally on the roof of every car we've ever owned.
That's because you're too tall.
I'm not even above average anymore. Apparently I've shrank.
Indeed.
You.
I'm officially 5'3". I am exactly 5'3".
Okay.
The doctor said so.
I'm 5'10" and 3/4 according to the doctor.
You shrunk.
I used to be 6 foot and 1/2 inch. Number 32. And there it is. Are you related or distantly related to anyone famous? No, I don't think we are.
I mean, technically, great grandpa could be famous. He's got a big business. But also, I traced back our last name to a couple kooky families.
Our last name, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're actually related to them.
Yeah.
I mean, there are all kinds of Lawsons out there.
Yeah.
Which grandpa are you talking about?
The one that gives us money.
Oh, he doesn't own a business. He worked for the Lawrence Livermore Lab. Back in the 70s and 80s. I think it was the 70s and 80s. But he works on some secret projects that he couldn't even talk to his wife about at the Lawrence Livermore Lab. That's why he made so much money, because he has big brain.
I traced the Lawson name back to a family in, I think it was Tennessee. Don't quote me on that. I think it was Tennessee. That the husband murdered his wife and 2 children in a bloody massacre, and then he offed himself.
I'm pretty sure you could probably find that in anybody's family history, like something similar to that in anybody's family history. 168. What's your favorite country beginning with the letter Z?
I don't know a country that begins with the letter Z. New question!
Zimbabwe. I don't know.
There's a country that begins with the letter Z?
I have no idea. I mean, maybe in Africa?
Just ignore it.
Hit it.
Just ignore
Stop.
it. Ignore it.
We've had some bad questions today. 300. 128.
128.
Have you ever been in a hot tub or sauna?
I've been in a hot tub. I went in a hot tub while I was on vacation with my ex-boyfriend.
I have been in both, and I'm not going to tell stories about it because they're not appropriate for YouTube.
The hot tub is where the doctors say that Grandpa got his sickness.
Legionnaire's disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, the sauna was fine. I used to have a gym membership, and after working out, I would go take a shower and then hop in the sauna to allow my muscles to relax and stuff. But the few times I was in a hot tub were not YouTube appropriate. So we're gonna leave it at that. Just a few more to go. 299.
290?
It's almost as many questions as we have. Go down. I think we're at 299. Yeah, 299. Okay, 290. Who was the most intelligent person you know?
Myself?
If we're excluding ourselves, I'd say probably Diddy.
Yeah, probably Diddy.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty smart. I have an arsenal of random facts.
Yeah, you're a random facts dictionary. I'm pretty smart too. I don't know, like, IQ level who's the smartest person that I know, but I feel like it's kind of a toss-up between Diddy and Q. And Shake's pretty smart too. Man, most people like do stuff with her. Intelligent people. We do dumb stuff.
Those random facts. Oh, that's too harsh for you two. I know a lot of random facts. Let's say that.
Yeah.
A lot of them involve death.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them involve serial killers specifically.
Yeah.
All right, it's 298. We're at 148 now. Yep. After this one, we got 2 more questions.
Till we complete 20 questions.
That'll be 20 questions. What's your favorite girl's name beginning with the letter E?
Elaine.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I have a friend named Elaine. She's very pretty. She does eccentric mismatch eyeliner with mascara.
Yeah, I'd say Elaine's a good one. For me,
Ooh, or Eldridge.
I would say that's more non-binary name. Like, it's a... What's the actual word for it? It can be male or female.
Androgynous.
Yeah, well, no, that's not it either. That's for a person.
Androgynous can be for a name, or like, this drink. It's a very androgynous drink.
Your generation using words in weird ways.
Your generation of being old.
I'm not gonna get into it. Alright, so next question is going to be 171. Oh yeah, I didn't really answer the question. I can answer that question really easy.
Yeah. I have a list.
Favorite girl's name beginning with the letter E. Elvira. That's a good name.
I love Elvira.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
There's a really good song called Elvira as well.
She's still very pretty. The fact that she can...
I'm pretty sure she's had a lot of work done. Now, so the next question is, which celebrity do you find the most annoying?
Logan Paul.
Will Ferrell. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but I just... Every role he plays just feels like it's the same character. There are a few movies that I actually like that he's in.
There's also Boozy too.
You know different celebrities than I do.
They're famous people who dug themselves holes on the internet.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm talking like actors and actresses, not content
I don't pay
creators.
attention to the annoying ones.
The movie The Other Guys was really good. Will Ferrell's in that. I'm talking movies where he was the main character. There's a couple other ones as well.
Is Will Ferrell the man that said, "Get my wife's name"? Shoot. No. Was that Will Ferrell?
No, that was Will Smith.
Will Smith.
You talk about the guy who slapped the other guy at the that was Will Smith. No, Will Ferrell. Remember the movie Elf?
Yes.
He's Elf.
Oh, I don't like that movie.
I don't like it either, and it's because it's Will Ferrell. I don't like his
most important appliance in the house.
Anyways.
Appliance in the house.
Yeah. Last question. Oh no, that was the last question.
Was it? We could do one more. I think we should do one more.
Okay, we'll do one more. One more question. 182.
There.
Who's your favorite god from ancient history?
Hypnos.
Because that's... So they're Hellenic? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. More recently, I've become more spiritual and pagan.
One of the gods, they worship several gods. One of the gods they worship is from Greek mythology. Yeah, the Greek pantheon. Which is a very interesting thing, because I thought that belief system was actually dead belief system, but we looked it up, and there's actually a larger group of people than I would have expected that still believe all that stuff. Now, personally, I'm agnostic, meaning I don't believe in gods.
You believe in aliens. You believe aliens control everything.
I didn't say that. No. What I said was if there are quote unquote gods, they were probably aliens. A highly advanced life form that came to Earth and gave us technology and stuff and helped us advance to the point that we could start progressing on our own.
Real quick, for those of you that don't know who Hypnos is, he is the Greek god of sleep and dreams. No, not dreams. Just sleep. Just sleep, I believe. Okay.
You don't even know your own god.
I've been doing a lot of research into Morpheus recently. That was my last painting.
So, for me, going off of ancient history or mythology or whatever you want it to be, my favorite god would have to be Hades. And that would be because he's always portrayed as being this horrible being. Doing like in any movie or TV show or anything like that involves the Greek pantheon, Hades is always the bad guy. But if you actually look at the Greek mythology, the actual written text, he is the only one that just does his job.
He doesn't mess around with humans.
He does his job, and that's it.
Zeus.
Every other god? Every other god?
Fuck Zeus.
Zeus is one of the worst. When you're going off of Greek mythology, actual Greek mythology, not TV shows and movies and stuff like that, and read the stories, Zeus has done a lot of horrible things.
He's up there with Loki in messing with humans.
Yes, well, Odin was no better.
Yeah, but Loki's done some wild things. With...
Loki stuff. There's a reason he was called the trickster god. A lot of his things that he did could be just laid down as being pranks, whereas both Odin and Zeus destroyed people's lives just because they could.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
What?
3. I swear that's going to be the answer one of these days.
What is your favorite mythology story, like, about something? Mine is Apollo and Hyacinth? I think it's Hyacinth. Can you search up how you pronounce that word? It's a flower. It's a really pretty flower. Apollo fell in love with a mortal. And mortal was killed in battle because gods did not like them.
Hyacinth? Apollo falling head over heels for the mortal man Hyacinthus.
Yeah. And he died, and since Apollo wanted him to live forever, turned him into a flower and named the flower after him. That's the creation of the flower.
Okay. That's actually a pretty cool story. I don't actually know that many stories of mythology and stuff like that. I mostly know like the backgrounds of the gods and the way they actually were, rather than the way that a lot of them are portrayed in media and stuff like that.
The difference between the two portrayals of Hades and Persephone's story.
I would say I like like I said, I don't know if this story is actually the way that it actually was or not, but beings I know that what's his name? Jim Butcher does his research before he puts anything in his books. He has a series called The Dresden Files, and in one of the books, the main character Harry Dresden teams up with guys that have tried to kill him in the past to do a heist and steal something from Hades' vault. Specifically, they go into the realm of Hades, which is what they call the underworld in Greek, in the Greek pantheon. It's named after Hades, to steal specific items. And while they're down there, Dresden gets sucked into not sucked into. Basically, Hades freezes time and pulls Dresden into his office just specifically to talk to him. And you find out that Cerberus is actually Greek for Spot. So Hades named his guard dog Spot. But anyways, his telling, Jim Butcher's telling of the story of Persephone, he does it very briefly. It was another god's wedding gift to Persephone and him, because Persephone actually did want to marry him. It wasn't like she was forced to or anything like that. That this other god or demigod or something like that. It was some guy took Persephone's mom on essentially a tour of the underworld, giving them like weeks to have a honeymoon before she actually found Persephone and tried to escape
Yeah, there's two different sides of the coin, and one of them is that Hades stole Persephone from the goddess of growth and prosperity, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but there's another telling where Persephone fell in love with Hades and wanted to get away from her mother.
Yeah, which, based off of all the other stories of Hades, that's the one that I tend to believe more, because literally every actual story, written story about Hades, if there is anything about him, it's just him going to collect a soul or something like that. It's him doing his job, or somebody going into Hades to save somebody that died and bring them back to life, and Hades gives them a fair chance to do it, and if they succeed, which I think only one person actually succeeds in the entire timeline of that pantheon. I think there was only one person that succeeded. I know there's a story of somebody who made it to the exit and was told, "You cannot look back, or her soul is lost forever." And he gets to the exit, and then he starts to worry after he gets to the exit, and he turns around, and she's almost out, but she's not quite out yet. He turns around and fails the challenge, and she's sucked back into the depths of Hades, and the river Styx.
I'm also a big fan of the Oedipus tale.
Jason the Argonauts is a good one.
Oh, the man that fell in love with his own reflection. Achilles.
Achilles fell in love with his own.
No, it wasn't Achilles.
No, Achilles. Yeah, and Achilles fell in love with. What's her name?
Details.
I can't remember what her name is. I think it almost. I almost want to say Nefertiti, but that's Egyptian, not Greek.
Athena?
No. It's an actual princess that he falls in love with, not a god.
Oh. There was another one that I had right on the top of my tongue.
Perseus is another good story.
Perseus. Aphrodite, Ares, and Hephaestus triangle.
Yeah. But anyways, so there's a lot of good stories, and depending on what you choose to believe, the bad guys in the stories could be good guys to other people. Like I said, I'm of the mindset that Hades wasn't actually a bad guy. He was just trying to do his job and stop people from stealing souls that weren't supposed to be on Earth. Which I can see how that would be perceived as an evil act, because people are trying to save their loved ones. They died, and Hades' job is literally to police the dead. What's dead is dead and should stay dead. That's how you start the zombie apocalypse, people!
There was this guy that was getting pelted with bullets, and people thought he was a zombie, but he had a beating heart, so he wasn't a zombie. He went on extreme amounts of drugs.
Warm bodies.
This is a real guy.
Yeah. There's lots of stories about that. Probably on PCP. Anyways.
Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Drugs are bad. Anyways, so there's, I believe, 21 questions. And this was a smidge longer than our 5-question last video. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep your head up and keep moving forward. This is Rothnum.
And Zeb.
Signing off. Bye-bye!